Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm wondering now if I don't know whether it's this channel or me or my writing. There is something going on where almost every time I say something, I either get the pulse of what's happening or it happens. Now, midterms, Republicans will keep control of the House and keep control of the Senate and gain big. And Regento on Twitter, thank you so much, man. He made like a remix of me. So Regento on Twitter made like a remix, like a 2-minute remix of me just saying Democrats are going to lose, 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 no matter what. I will be vindicated yet again. I said all throughout 2015, 2016 that Hillary Clinton could not win. She didn't win. I am telling you that Republicans are going to keep control of the House, keep control of the Senate midterms, 2018, November 6th, 2018, be here. And I'm telling you right now that Hillary Clinton will run again. Now, these aren't my words. Her staff said, see, you have to understand Clinton. In 2014 and 15, she was actually saying, well, I don't know if I'm going to run. I don't know if I'm going to run. I haven't thought about it yet. She has thought about it for 30 plus years. The day she was, almost certainly the day she was in the governor's mansion with Bill, she thought about it. So there's no doubt that Clinton is going to run again if God bless her, and I wish her the best, that I wish her health and happiness, that if she's doing fine, she will run again. Okay? The absurdity of the Russian hacking nonsense, which never happened. Hillary Clinton purchased the Steele dossier and she outsourced CrowdStrike. All of that. One would think before 2016 that it was completely absurd, that it was completely and utterly absurd. One would think that it's just nonsense. But, and like, you know, you get like people on the left are like, well, peace between North and South Korea isn't that great. A great economy isn't that great. Like, you have people who are completely brainwashed. They're like pod people. They don't even, well, there's no due process needed. It's a job interview. They have dumbed down. They have made, Clinton has basically taken logic and reason from millions of people and just thrown it in the blue wave toilet. Victor Lugo, she will run only to use it as political cover in case Trump brings down the hammer. She will claim, that's right. Motives, yes, exactly. Exactly, Victor Lugo, exactly. She's going to run again. Now, I'll go ahead and she's going to run again. I'll just read you. This is 4 hours ago, okay? The week, a former Hillary Clinton advisor says there's a chance she will run in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, this is several hours ago today. Ready to go through the 2016 election all over again? Philippe Reines. Philippe Reines is like one of her closest advisors who worked for Hillary Clinton going back to 2002. Made the argument to Politico Friday that the former Democratic nominee might actually be the party's best hope for defeating Trump in 2020. What have I been saying? It's not, well, she's going to lose miserably again. But what have I been saying? I have been telling you that this is not about winning. It's not about value system. This is about a money-making apparatus. Andrew Gillum, the Bernie Sanders candidate, is having fundraisers with Hillary Clinton. How do you defeat the 1% when you ask the 1% for money? Okay, that's a pretty good line. How do you defeat the 1% when you ask the 1% for money? I'm beginning to think that Bernie Sanders was a tool from the beginning. I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand how if you sleep with the devil, how are you supposed to defeat the devil? So I'm trying to tell you that it's happening. Now, she is the only person who can raise money. She's the only person who could raise money. There is no one else in the Democratic Party who can raise even close. Okay, Joe Biden can't because he's not as corrupt as Hillary. He's pretty much almost as famous. The name recognition is there, but he doesn't have the money making apparatus. There's no Biden Foundation. There might be, but okay. Michelle Obama actually could make a run in years from now, but President Obama and Michelle Obama have to wait until Hillary Clinton is indicted, and she will be eventually, or until she takes the entire Democratic Party into the abyss of madness and despair. Remember the line in Princess Bride? Welcome to the pit of despair. Don't even think of trying to get out. It was a funny line from the movie. And in The Hill, January of 2018, this January, the FBI Clinton Foundation probe was ongoing. The Clinton Foundation, the FBI has 35,000 employees. There were Clinton Foundation probes during Comey's tenure, which is why Andrew McCabe has a grand jury investigating him right now. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen, but it's happening all at once. She's getting investigated. There's a DOJ email probe also. That was in the Daily Beast. The Daily Beast wrote a hit piece on me. Okay? I'm saying BuzzFeed is suing the DNC. Carter Page is suing the DNC. It's all imploding in a blaze of glory. This is going to be one of the biggest shatterings or implosions in political history. She is literally taking down. First of all, the Democratic Party it's no longer a viable political party. The Republicans are going to keep the House, and Republicans are going to gain in the Senate big. And 2 years of the Washington Post, the New York Times, the CNN, MSNBC, late night, Hollywood, they're going to find out they don't influence culture. They're going to find out they don't influence Americans. They're going to find out that they're an afterthought. There used to be a time when Hollywood influenced people. But that was before the internet. That was before the country had a whole lot more. and also the time of greatest influence was also the time where Hollywood stayed out of politics. So there you go. There you go. People loved musicians. They loved entertainers when they stuck in their lane. They loved entertainers. They loved musicians when they stuck in their lane. Now, entertainers and musicians are like, do this, do that. Don't be bad. Don't be a bad person. It's like, no. When you have a late night or a comedian telling you how to live your life or what to think, they've overstepped their boundaries. You go to concerts, you watch late night, and you want to laugh when comedians are on stage. You don't want to be lectured to. And they took this, the Democratic Party took a women's studies course in 1999 at Berkeley. And they said, you know what? We're just going to tailor our political movement exactly to that course. Like, the curriculum of that course will be our political movement, and everyone must fall in line, even Republican women. There are Black Republican women, Latina Republican women, Asian Republican women, white Republican women. And guess what? There are gay Republican women of all backgrounds. Now, the Democratic Party, to the Democratic Party, that doesn't exist. You can't have a gay Republican. You can't have a Latino Republican or a black Republican or a black Trump supporter. But these human beings exist, and in fact, there are going to be a lot more black Trump supporters, a lot more Asian American Trump supporters, Jewish Trump supporters, Latino Trump supporters, because people are like, look, this is insane. I want to be able to eat my hamburger without seeing Maxine Waters or Kristen Gillibrand or Spartacus or Joe Biden telling me I can't eat in this establishment because I voted for Trump. That's a stupid thing. This is just stupid. Okay? I have friends who are dreamers. And I want them to become citizens. They're under the DACA program. And they're telling me, I hope Trump helps me. I hope Trump helps us. Even dreamers are like, I hope Trump helps us. So Democrats have no major legislation. They have no value system. They want to abolish ICE, but Obama deported 2.5 million people with ICE. And I mean, Kanye West does something, and then all the other rappers are like, how dare you? But the other rappers never talked about Obama destroying an African nation in Libya with a NATO bombing. So it's like Hillary Clinton called black youth super predators. Hillary Clinton called black youth super predators. Whereas Jimmy Kimmel and T.I. and everyone saying, oh my God, this woman is a racist. Well, you don't see that because the media is like an extension of the Democratic National Committee. Hillary Clinton took prison lobbyist money as a Democrat. Hillary Clinton also used the birther myth to her advantage by spreading a photo of Obama in African attire in 2008. Then she said, oops, I didn't do it. I didn't know. That was my campaign. Hillary Clinton had a person, you can look this up, in her campaign who had to resign, who said, oh yeah, Obama might have sold drugs. Let's ask that question. Because President Obama admitted to drug use, but Kavanaugh had a beer. So there you go. They're all over the place. They have zero value system. They're all over the place. And they're all over the place because Hillary Clinton runs the show. I have been saying this since 2015. And people wouldn't listen. When I was on the left, it was so nerve-wracking because I would have to debate people. Well, why are you focused on Hillary Clinton? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I was right. And if you think the madness has started, it's this lunacy is just beginning. Luckily, the Trump side, we're actually the normal side. The Republicans the Trump Republicans, we're the normal side. We're going to just see the implosion take place. And they're not going to care that she's going to be under investigation because they've been brainwashed to believe that Trump was under investigation for 2 years. They don't realize that Hillary Clinton purchased all the evidence and fabricated everything. She's officially running again. Victor Lugo. I can see the glorious man. Pause as she runs. Yeah. Slapping. Victor Lugo. Comedy, I agree, Victorian. Comedy is dead. Music is about to die soon. Hollywood is, when was the last time that you said, I have to see this movie? Everything is like a social justice ad. They've even ruined Star Wars. Everything is like, oh, look. We've remade this classic film to fit our, social justice vision. Look, it's so fantastic. Which is fine if it wasn't such an overt attempt at it. She's going to run again. And here, it just, Philippe Reigns, by the way, this guy is not like some low-level like person. If she has like a right-hand man, it's probably Philippe Reigns. He's probably higher on the totem pole than Robbie Mook and Brian Fallon, the three white males that surround her at all times. Clinton's life is defined by white males, which is exactly why she's made that such a big issue in Democratic politics. Everything that defines Clinton, from the uranium sale to her being infiltrated by Russia and China, white males all around her, that she's turned that into Clinton emails being hacked by China. We know that from Louis Gohmert. Everything that you know about Clinton, the media apparatus has spun it, and you have people who believe it. They are not going, look, I'm telling you also something. You're not going to really see a self-reflection. They're not going to look in the mirror when they lose again. They're not going to look in the mirror when they lose again in the midterms. Dr. Deborah, I believe 100% in that. She will get indicted eventually. It's just a matter of how far she takes the Democratic Party into the abyss of madness. You're dealing with somebody who literally controls. This is not a hyperbole. Hillary Clinton controls the political future and the political philosophy of millions of people on the left. This is not hyperbole. You can take the identity politics people, the social justice warriors, the anarchists, the socialists, the Bernie Sanders supporters, the Green Party, the I'm with her crowd, the neoconservatives who now, like Max Boot, who love Democrats, and they're the main reason why one of the main reasons I love Trump. You can take them all in that wonderful liberal tent, and if Clinton says jump, they'll all say how high. They will do exactly what Hillary Clinton says, because she won't just say jump. She'll say, uh-oh, Russians interfered. And they'll say, Russians interfered? They did? And then she'll say, yeah, we have to protect this country. I bought this Steele dossier, read it. She'll do that same thing again. She'll do the same thing again. They'll be okay with it. You're talking about people who have suspended logic. Everyone is racist but them. Everyone is sexist but them. Everyone they're on the side of goodness, but they keep losing. How does that work? They're on the side of righteousness, but they keep losing. How does that work? They're going, and the same people who are telling you they love Bernie Sanders are going to say, well, vote for Hillary. It's never going to end until she gets indicted, and then even then it's a toss-up. Even then it's a toss-up. And you have these hilarious polls where, like, Rasmussen and YouGov, Democrats up 5 and Democrats up 1. I'm going with those polls. I'm not going with the ABC News and Reuters, Democrats up 11. There is zero reason for Democrats to be up 11. Like, there's a great economy. Republicans love Trump. I mean, there's literally zero reason aside from Trump's tweets, and most people don't care. Most people have somebody like Trump's personality in their own families. Patriot 95, Hillary Clinton, destruction of America. Yes, Patriot 95, especially the Democratic Party. Ready to go through the 2016 election all over again? Philippe Reigns made the argument to Politico. How do you solve a problem like Hillary? She's not going away, and Democrats aren't sure what to do about it. This is Politico. How about you push for indictments because she's actually a criminal? But you can't do that because she's an icon. Imagine viewing Hillary as this reverent figure, this sanctimonious or saintly figure. In recent months, some reporters who cover the Trump White House have received phone calls from the last person they would expect, Hillary Clinton. The 2016 Democratic nominee has been rethinking her relationship with the press. No, she has not been rethinking her relation. Look, I'll do Politico's job for it. Look, you're dealing with a woman who is probably going to lead to BuzzFeed's bankruptcy. Okay, BuzzFeed did the Democratic Party a big favor by publishing the Steele dossier. Who purchased the Steele dossier? Hillary Clinton. Now they're suing the DNC for information on Russian hacking. The DNC is not going to give them any information on Russian hacking because they're like, well, you know what? It's going to help the Russians. All of this doesn't make sense because it's all a lie. If you're BuzzFeed, you probably want to just pivot and say, hey, you know what? You lied to us. But they're not going to do that. They're on a trip, on a one-way trip to a place underground with no air conditioning. They're on a one-way trip and they're never coming back. And they don't realize it. They don't realize it. They don't care. They just don't get it. They don't understand that they are never going to flourish as a political party. They will never win again. They will never win again as long as Clinton controls the Democratic Party. She is the only leader they have. And she's in the news again. Why do you think this is taking place every month, 2 months? Hillary's running again. Oh, no, she's not. Hillary's running again. Oh, no, she's not. Hillary's running again, really? Well, she's probably not. This is all a slow progression towards the inevitable. And the same people, look, the same people, I don't need to give their names out because you know who they are. The same people who say they love Bernie Sanders are going to tell you, well, if they are the ones who told you in 2016 to vote for Hillary, they're the ones who are going to tell you in 2020 to vote for Hillary. Now, I want to let you know something. She could actually be indicted under the Espionage Act next year, and she'll still run with the trial. They don't care. They have lost it. They have lost it. Forget about, oh, well, you know, they're rational. You know, there's zero rational thought. There is zero rational thought. You can forget. She could be indicted next year, which is what she should have been already under the Espionage Act or under RICO laws for the Clinton Foundation. They don't have enough power to move away from her. So almost certainly, or very likely, I should say, she could still run. Victor Lugo, I live in Cali. More than half of the people I meet are fed up with Dems policies, and most are illegal Hispanic and African Americans. They are in free fall and don't even know it. I agree, Victor Lugo, the Democratic Party. Victor, yesterday I had lunch with a buddy who is a hardcore Democrat, and before I could tell him, before I could kind of gloat and say, "Oh yeah, you know, you're not going to win the House because I'm telling you," you know, he's like, "I know." I was like, "What do you mean, you know? How are you going to take this enjoyment away from me to tell you that you're not going to win the House?" He's like, "Yeah, I know we're not going to win." This guy also knows a lot about politics. He's a very intelligent guy. So I didn't even enjoy myself to gloat. It's just like, oh, well, okay. Because I was like, I was so ready to like, just to let you know, Republicans will keep control of the House and gain big in the Senate. This is the first time you've heard this. He's like, yeah, I know. So now with that whole meme, I'm not even going to say the name because, like, oh my God, like, who knows? It's like, you know, might be against the rule, but that new kind of hilarious, I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard because every single, like the Democratic Party now and liberal media, they can be trolled so easy that it's now a Monty Python film. They've entered the realm of Monty Python. They've entered the realm of Monty Python. It's just, Ben Bernard, Hail Satan 2020. Pretty much. That's what it would be. I blame society. It's just great. It's so hilarious. It's so hilarious. Because I can tell it gets under their skin because they're like, what? We're not pod people. You can't. We're not all thinking the same thing all at once. And then in the back of their minds, because there is some brain activity, they're like, wait, are we? Some of them are like, and you got to understand, about 20-25% of the left will break away after the midterms. 75% will still be like automaton. But 25% will be like, what's going on? I gave my soul here. This is whatever. 25% will leave, which will be hilarious because the Green Party will grow, which will enable the Green Party to ruin more elections for the Democrats. And then, I mean, it's just so. Thank you, Kayla. Yeah, it's just so funny. They don't know what to do with themselves. So, Victor, I agree 100% with you. They don't know what to do with themselves. Hillary Clinton is like a monumental force of nature, kind of like a hurricane or like a tornado. She's like a tornado. Like, those like tornado documentaries? They're in like Kansas or Nebraska or something. And you see like, it's like ominous skies and like, maybe 20 miles away, you see this gigantic tornado. And it's so gigantic that there's like wind and rain. Like it feels like the world is going to collapse, but you're still like 10, 15 miles away from it. Something, that's Hillary Clinton. She's like a force of nature. Mexi Man and Cheese. I still have my fingers crossed that Trump will float marijuana legalization, so the left will be in full panic. Oh, I hope so. But that'll be a 2020 thing. I want that too. I mean, I think marijuana should be legal throughout the country. I mean, Schedule 1 that's crazy. It's the stupidest thing that doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, it should be protected under federal law. I mean, it should be a right of all Americans. This is a plant that is not a poisonous plant. This is literally just a plant. Mexi Man and Cheese, thank you so very much. Kilted Bear, if Clinton runs in 2020, doesn't that mean that Harris won't run? No, she won't. If she can run, but Shapiro says that Harris is the one we need to worry about. I don't think Kamala Harris has any chance against Trump. I don't think Biden has any chance. I don't think any of them has any chance against Trump. Kamala Harris is a former prosecutor. And Elizabeth Warren was like, the justice system is racist from top to bottom. Well, then she was part of a racist system. Reefer Madness, yes. I think that I don't think Kamala Harris is, because the thing is, you have to be known for something. At least Cory Booker is known for the Spartacus thing. Joe Biden, okay, he was vice president. Hillary Clinton, okay, she's related to a distant relative of Satan. You have to be known for something. Kamala Harris is not really known for, I mean, she's accomplished a great deal in her life, but she doesn't have like, oh, a former first lady, a failed secretary of state, server that was hacked by China, or Joe Biden, you know, massaging people against their will, all these things. So, Kilted Bear, thank you. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I am trying to let people know that the madness, like, this is one giant, the left is experiencing this, because at this point right now, I feel that conservatives, Trump voters, people who've left and walked away, ran away, Muller report, prepare for disappointment. Yes, I love it. The special counsel's findings may never be made public. Okay, well, you know, it's like, this is so funny. Muller report, prepare for disappointment. Yeah, pretty much like everything the Democrats do. This is why, like, you should probably not go with the aggregate here. You should probably not go with the aggregate here. The aggregate is not like, I think you should, I think the polls that say closest to zero, that's actually more accurate. Like, you don't want to go with the outliers. Okay, but you know what? Go with the outliers on this one. The one person on Twitter, are Dems demented? Yeah, they are. And because the thing is, look, she raised $1.2 billion. So who's going to raise that money? I mean, who is going to look? Bernie Sanders candidates. Bernie Sanders candidates are being given money or having fundraisers by Hillary Clinton. And this is Regento is awesome. Check this out. This is a money. Oh Lord. Okay, hold on a second. This is really cool. This is from a really, really cool guy, Regento. He watches the channel. He's awesome. And check this out. This is hilarious. This is really hilarious. This is so awesome. Check it out. This is just loveliness right here. This is great. Okay, hold on. Check it out. Check it out, everybody. 2018, Dems will lose again. 2018, Dems will lose again. The Democrats will lose. Democrats are going to lose again. They know this. Democrats lost again. Losers. You're going to lose as always. They will lose on November 6, 2018. You know, Democrats are going to lose. The Democratic Party is going to lose in the midterms. Democrats will lose. Democrats will not win the House. Democrats will lose again. Losers, insidious, vile, disgusting losers. And once the Democrats lose on November 6, 2018, the Democratic implosion, that Democrats will lose in the midterms. I can't wait. Losers. And this is why Democrats are pulling out all the stops, because they're going to lose.
Losers, losers, lose miserably. They spend $1 billion, Democrats, they'll lose again, which is hilarious. It really doesn't matter, they're going to lose anyway. Regento on Twitter is so awesome. And look at me when I'm talking to you. Look at me right now. Are you looking at me? I'll be right about midterms. Lose miserably. After Democrats lose and Republicans keep the House, are going to have a party because they will lose. Republicans will. Everything they spent 2 years for will be flushed down the blue wave toilet. Losers, Lord. Oh, my eyes closed. Okay, Lord. When Democrats lose miserably, insidious, vile, disgusting losers. Look at me right now. I'll be right about midterms. Democrats, all they do is lose, 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 no matter what. No matter what, they lose. Losers, losers, lose miserably. Look into my eyes. Losers. We are winning at such a high level. They were telling you that Hillary was going to win. I was telling you on this channel and in my writing that Hillary was going to lose. And I was right. And I was right. Losers are going to have a party after they lose miserably.
Yeah. That's 2 minutes of just lovely losing. Regento, thank you so very much. That is so awesome. Thank you. 6 to 8, 6 to 8. Scooby don't 6 to 8. Yes. 6 to 8 in the Senate. 6 to 8 in the Senate. Okay, let's have this on a little right here. Montana, North Dakota, Missouri, Indiana, Florida, New Jersey. That's 6. Now you could get West Virginia, Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. There's a possibility of 10. There's a possibility of 10. Scooby don't 6 to 8. 6 to 8. You know how Ringo Starr's like peace and love, peace and love. This could be like 6 to 8, 6 to 8, 6 to 8, 6 to 8. Peace and love. The best is that's it. Yeah, that's a clip of Ringo Starr like saying that I think he doesn't want to. Like too many people were asking for his autograph or sending him letters. So he was like, "Please don't send any more letters. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Don't send any more letters. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love." We got 700 people watching. We got 700 people. We need Christopher Hitchens here, ladies and gentlemen. We need his voice in this world. It would be fantastic. Peter Hitchens is great. I like Peter Hitchens too, even though he's completely different. Victor Lugo, Patricia Marino, thank you. I wonder how Nellie's session went. That's true. Nellie Orr testified today. It's all collapsing. It's going to collapse. 538 and all the other like, oh yeah, 30 seats based on historical data and trends that have nothing to do with today's politics. Absolutely nothing to do. I think Trump winning, even after the Access Hollywood tape, actually destroys any historical trends. Patricia Marino, great point. Victor Lugo, I see Cory Booker's comedy relief. Cory Booker is the only person who, when he speaks, not only enunciates everything to the point of absurdity, but speaks in such a manner that you almost don't believe that he believes what he's saying. That's Cory Booker. Cory Booker doesn't even believe what he's saying. Scooby don't. Thank you. Absolutely. Christopher Hitchens foreshadowed everything. He foreshadowed everything. And he was just so great at just destroying the nonsense. So we have right now, okay, so what's President Trump doing? So they're pulling out all the stops. The Kavanaugh thing didn't work. They're pulling out all the stops. They're just pulling out all the stops. And it's still not working. The best was Elizabeth Warren. That was a great. That's one of the Scooby Doo. That's one of the reasons the 6-8 right there. Not because she'll lose, but it just the Elizabeth Warren debacle was so hilarious in every way. Just so hilarious. It's just so hilarious. It was just amazing. So let me just read this. So a former Hillary Clinton advisor said Philip Raines, who worked for Hillary Clinton going back to 2002, made the argument to Political Friday that the former Democratic nominee might actually be the party's best hope for defeating Trump in 2020. Don't you know? Do I lie? That's like in History of the World. Do I lie? I mean, honestly, almost everything I'm saying is either going to come true or has come true. And the only knock on me is like, well, Bernie didn't win. Well, yeah, Bernie probably didn't want to win, and he was cheated. That was the main reason why he didn't win. He would have won. At that moment in time, he would have won. I'm glad he didn't, because I'm glad Trump won. Trump is a much better president than Bernie would have been. Bernie would have folded in a split second if the media or if the Democrats went after him. Trump just takes him by the brain and like starts chewing their cranium. They've been very likely pushing for regime change with Trump from day one. With Bernie, they would have probably just, convinced him or advocated, because the Democrats are the foreign policy of the Democratic Party is Max Boot, Bill Kristol. So that push would have been probably too much for Bernie to withstand. But aside from that, you would have Democrats saying, Medicare for all, oh, come on, how are you going to pay for it? And the rebuttal wouldn't be, well, we pay for tax cuts. Yeah, that's not, you're paying for tax cuts to grow the economy. The Medicare for all would tank the economy. And that's not my words, that's Mercatus. So again, but Mercatus is bad. Why? Because it disproves your theory. It's funded by the Koch brothers. Then why did Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders both cite the study? They cited the good aspects. Yeah, I know that makes no sense. You cite the positive aspects of something, and then you don't, but you don't explain how you're going to get there. I keep trying to tell, the left is full of followers. The right, there are a lot of followers, but there are a lot more libertarians. There are a lot more conservatives who are independent thought. The left is a herd. It's just like moo. It's just a herd mentality. If they say jump over, like you're gonna fall down that cliff, you'll fall down the cliff. They don't. There is no independent thought. Hillary Clinton controls everything, and I kept saying that from the beginning. And they're like, "Oh, you're just crazy. You're just stupid." Well, now enjoy. Enjoy. And there's no political philosophy. Oh, good, good. Thank goodness Fox News is covering this. The Vietnam vet going to prison for illegal gun. This is insane. I hope that the president, if anyone listens from President Trump's team or anyone associated with Trump, please, 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 this Vietnam veteran needs to be completely exonerated and you know, protected. Like he shouldn't serve 1 day in jail. This is insane. This is a Vietnam veteran in Texas. This judge, I don't know what the judge was thinking, sentenced him to 7 years in jail for an old firearm purchase in the 80s. This was 2 weeks after he was arrested, after 2 weeks after his wife died of cancer. I mean, what kind of judge does that? What kind of human being presides over this? Like, I don't even care what the law says. This is insanity. And then they say, well, what about Trump and immigration? Well, look at Obama, 2.5 million immigrants deported. Not one person said anything on the left. And when I'm talking about not immigrant rights organizations, I'm talking about the mainstream left. They keep on losing, and they don't know why. It's almost the beginning of a poem. Look at this. 30 Democrats could run for president in 2020. They're going to all lose to Hillary Clinton because she controls the Democratic National Committee. So the DNC is Hillary Clinton's play toy. And the insanity never ends. The insanity never, ever ends. It's the... Zeta Ferret. The insanity never ends. You think that they don't... You think that they would think for themselves, but they don't think for themselves. Hillary is the best. Hillary is the best. Hillary is the best. Hillary is the best. They don't even, like, they're going to be told to think something. Like, they're literally saying, well, peace between North and South Korea. Well, he's a dictator, Kim Jong-un. What? So? If you work for peace. He's still going to remain a dictator, whether you work for peace or you engage in war. Why don't you just try to work for peace? And the biggest threat North Korea poses is a threat against South Korea, and they're safer than ever now. So Kim Jong-un and Moon Jae-in shook hands and hugged, and it was like beautiful. This was all lost upon the Democratic Party. If Clinton can run in 2020, thank you, Suffer Bloodline. Thank you. Sulfur Bloodline. Thank you. If Clinton can run in 2020, she will. It doesn't matter if she's indicted. People will vote for her. It doesn't. That nothing matters. No one's going to defeat her in the Democratic primary. No, because there is not going to be a Democratic primary. It's because it's all rigged. That's another problem Democrats face. They don't really have a primary. There is no primary system anymore. It will all be rigged. I was like, well, how can you rig? The same people who say that Facebook ads swung the election are the same people who say, well, how can you rig a primary? She got more votes. Thank you, JB and Walters. Thank you. I mean, like, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Oh, my God. Then you have Ocasio-Cortez who is not going to. Can you imagine if Bernie runs again 2020, which there's no chance that he wins. And even if he does win, he'll be completely compromised. He'll start blaming Russia like every other neoconservative on the left. But if it's like, if they cheat Bernie again for Clinton and then lose again and then blame Russia again, they'll be like, I got you to understand. Next day, I got you to kiss goodnight. Next day, I got you to hold me tight. It's the same as like Groundhog's Day. Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz. Let's look at John Brennan. John Brennan. He's one of the reasons Democrats will implode in a blaze of glory. It's impossible to overstate real Donald Trump's corrosive impact on our political culture and national character. Thank you, John Brennan. You've done so much to hurt this country. The reaction of his demagoguery, his lies, and his politics of fear espoused by McConnell and Graham is at hand. If you want to make a difference, vote. Yes. This is the best. This is the best. This is the, oh my God. He's now like the midterm spokesperson. Oh my God. It is neither, and then like Donald Trump, the illegal witch hunt, and then John Brennan, who basically fabricated the whole thing. It is neither illegal nor a witch hunt. Thankfully, most Americans have confidence in Bob Mueller and believe in legitimacy of investigation. Irrespective of political party, all should accept Mueller's findings as apolitical. Yeah, right. This is so funny. This is the best. John Brennan is actually, he's like another Mike Avenatti and Brennan. Brennan 2020. Avenatti Brennan 2020. I got you to hold my hand. You think it's absurd, but you also thought it was absurd. It's not absurd. See, you're thinking too rationally. You're thinking too logically. Don't think in terms of logic. Think in terms of Avenatti Brennan 2020, or just think in terms of where's the money coming from to run? Are you going to donate money to Joe Biden? Let's say you were a Democrat. I'm not talking about like you're a Trump supporter like me, or you're independent, or you're a progressive who still watches the channel. Are you going to donate money to Joe Biden? Yes or no? No. You're going to donate money to Kristen Gillibrand? No. No. Will you donate money to Hillary Clinton? A lot of people will. because they'll be like, she's tough and she can win. We need somebody like Trump. Trump is so crazy. We just need another crazy person like Hillary. That's their mentality. Their mentality is, well, Trump is just really crazy. We need somebody like Trump. They're in miserable mode. This is like Dante's Inferno. They're in like different levels of hell. They're now wallowing in the excrement level. It's never going to end. Do you get it? It ain't going to end. 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 Okay? Now, I'm done with the public service. So there's a hilarious meme about John Brennan. This is so funny. Look who their icons and heroes are. Hillary Clinton, John Brennan, James Comey, Peter Strzok, Michael Avenatti. Look at these people. Bill Clinton. Look at the like who's who of fantastic human beings. I respect Trump because at least he has a family who loves him. He has a big family who loves him. He's a self-made guy, and you know what? His father helped him a great deal. Fine. So what? So what? He didn't have a Clinton Foundation that stole $10 billion from Haiti. He never called black youth super predators like Hillary Clinton did. He never had a server outside of the United States government that was hacked by China. We know from Louis Gohmert and Inspector General Charles McAuliffe. He never infiltrated the FBI and had people essentially working for him. And all of these exposés and all of these, hit pieces in the Washington Post, New York Times, there's literally no investigation to Trump now on any of these scandals because he didn't do anything that warranted an investigation into any of those scandals. Did he have lawsuits? Sure. If you're in business, you have lawsuits. Has he been squeaky clean? Has he been a saint? No, of course not. Of course not. Has he overstepped his boundaries? Of course. Is he even 1/10 as corrupt and criminal and devious and conniving as Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton? No, not even 1/10. Not even 1/10. The Al Smith dinner was fantastic. Next segment, I'll probably do the Al Smith dinner where he just goes and lays it all on the line with Hillary. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Thank you so very, very much. I'll be back a little later. We'll do a bunch more today, and it'll be fantastic. To my super chat, thank you so much. Let's listen to let's listen to Regento's awesome compilation of me saying Democrats will lose in the midterms. It's coming up November 6th. Be here on this channel. We're gonna party. We're gonna party. I have zero worries. Like zero worries. I'm looking forward to that evening where we just say, oh my God, 6 to 8 Senate seats. Oh my God. Democrats did what? They lost both chambers again. Republicans kept the House, and it was, I don't see them with a great showing in the House, but okay, so let's start this.
2018, Dems will lose again. The Democrats will lose. Democrats are going to lose again. They know this. Democrats lost again. Losers, losers. You're going to lose as always. They will lose on November 6, 2018. Democrats are going to lose. The Democratic Party is going to lose in the midterms. Democrats will lose. Democrats will not win the House. Democrats will lose again. Losers, insidious, vile, disgusting losers. And once the Democrats lose on November 6, 2018, the Democratic implosion, that Democrats will lose in the midterms. I can't wait. Losers. And this is why Democrats are pulling out all the stops, because they're going to lose. Losers, losers, lose miserably. They spend $1 billion, Democrats, they'll lose again, which is hilarious. It really doesn't matter, they're going to lose anyway. Regento on Twitter is so awesome. And look at me when I'm talking to you. Look at me right now. Are you looking at me? I'll be right about midterms. Lose miserably. After Democrats lose, and Republicans keep the House are going to have a party because they will lose. Republicans will, everything they spent 2 years for will be flushed down the blue wave toilet. Losers, Lord. Oh, my eyes closed. Okay, Lord, when Democrats lose miserably, insidious, vile, disgusting losers. Look at me right now. I'll be right about midterms. Democrats, all they do is lose, no matter what. No matter what, they lose. Losers, lose miserably. Look into my eyes. Losers. We are winning at such a high level. They were telling you that Hillary was going to win. I was telling you on this channel and in my writing that Hillary was going to lose. And I was right. And I was right. Losers are going to have a party after they lose miserably.
Yeah. Yeah. That is awesome. Regento, thank you so much. That is awesome. Horace, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Horace, Shabbat Shalom to you. Horace, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you, Horace, as always. As always, Horace. Thank you, Horace, as always. Have a beautiful Shabbat. Thank you. Good Shabbos to you. Thank you. It's just going to be fantastic. Be here November 6, 2018. On November 6, 2018, I'm expecting 2,500 people on the live stream, I'd say. I think that's a fair. Could go a lot more. But tell your friends, tell your family, tell your wife, tell your husband, tell your boyfriend, tell your girlfriend, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. Everybody, tell the postman. Tell the waitress, tell the waiter, tell everybody. H.A. Goodman on YouTube, be there November 6th, 2018, because Republicans are going to keep the House. Do not listen to 538. Do not listen to The Economist. Do not listen to ABC or CNN polls. Do not listen to all the people saying that it's going to be, with all due respect to great guy, Cenk Uygur. I have a great deal of respect for him. Wonderful human being. Do not listen to him. Do not listen to 538. Do not listen to any of the people saying that there's going to be 30 seats. They're all wonderful people. I have nothing but love, peace and 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 love for them. But Republicans are going to keep control of the House, and they're going to implode. Hit subscribe right now. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless to my super chat. Thank you. And thank you so very much. Horace, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, everyone.